So I have a video there. Oh god, that's not right. Someone remind me to update that after. That's the wrong video.
Beware.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Beware.
This got pulled really awkwardly. That threw me off coming into this. Killing the Void Rider, though, it's the more dangerous mob in this pull. It's kind of getting random kicks.
Beware.
From here, I'm going to save souls, so I have another Reaver's Glaive to go into the pull after this. Picked up my souls early there, which is unfortunate, but if I get over fast enough, I can use a sigil to keep the souls that I have extra. I do have 5 extra souls. I have 10 seconds. It's going. Use my Immoras after getting the buff.
Kick.
Then I beam. I'm gonna swap targets now. You can shadow meld that like fixate mechanic that thing was shooting on me there. This Energized Barrage, that's a meldable mechanic. I melded the last one, probably should have saved for this overlap, but honestly I'm not afraid in the 16 anyway. Ask for a priest buff because I literally just don't have one.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Send Immora, or not Immora, sorry, I-Beam. Basically no reason to ever sit on I-Beam. It's just way too short of a cooldown. Just gonna double this in. I'll get a Purge and I'll kick one of the Thunderers. Yeah. And I use my Immolation Ores after using my Reaper's Glaive.
Kick.
I'll look to swap targets now, since the Stormwreck is gonna die. And I'll Chaos Nova for souls here. Swap to a Rook Guard, the one that looks like it has the highest health.
Kick.
I should have held that last Reaver's Glaive, but it's okay. I have a lot of souls still, yeah. Between this and my hunt, I'm sitting on a lot to spend anyway.
Kick.
Pick on that to get it in. Throw my Reaver's Glaive while I'm not moving, then hunt to generate another one.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
The reason I Vengeful there is just proper movement, and I still buffed the Empowered Blade Dance, which is what I was going for.
Kick.
Chaos Nova for souls here.
Kick.
Not worrying about Fury as a resource at all. That's not what I'm worried about when I'm playing Aldrachi. I'm worried about soul generation. So you'll see me overcap a lot in AoE. That's just something that's going to happen. And as he's pulling, gonna sigil from range. Threat is sus, so this. Gonna kick that mob in. I could Shadow Meld, but I wasn't in fear at all there. I probably should have been killing one of the Thunderers here instead, actually. Or swap over to it.
Kick. Kick.
really awkward part we're standing at. Every time coming into this intermission, stand in the center and then walk away from the close beam. Close beam will always be where it's coming from. Try to not walk out of your group as you're just going to fuck their positioning. And don't use Elysian Decree while the boss is up here, because it will only give you 1 soul. You'll see my Sigil Flame hits fine and gives me a soul, but if the boss is up there and I use Elysian Decree, it will not generate the 3 souls it's supposed to. And I'm not looking to spam overspend here, so I'm just clipping the back of my Thrill of the Fight buff with my Reaver's Glaive. But I basically end up using an unempowered Blade Dance. Away from the close beam. Hey, PI. Kind of terrifying that I got swapped to me in a key with a Marksman Hunter, but... And these blue lines from this boss are player baited too, so if you go and walk onto somebody else as soon as you can after the circles, that typically means there's going to be a safe spot in melee to hit, because the coverage just won't be that big around the boss. So 5% haste too little for Havoc. No, that's fine. Just follow your sim, but that is a fine number. Use my hunt here. Then I have all the souls on the ground. I'd like to spawn another soul so I don't have a chance of this dropping. Throw one more Reaper's Glaive just to be certain that I get a soul and don't lose these. And now I'm going to wait a little bit for them to start going down, just so I know that the pack will be getting pulled. Grab my soul there. Another soul here. And get this buff, even though it's really not good and does basically nothing.
Finally, I thought I'd have to fight Gorren on my own.
I'm going to wait till it's further down to pull it. That's fine. I'll sigil right away. And I'm
Kick.
gonna get the kick on this thing. Use my Immolation Ores after using my Reaver's Glaive. Then I-Beam. It's actually so sketchy. I have no idea what's going on. I'm ripping Thread here, so I'm gonna meld after this next one. Actually, we're good. He got Thread on it.
Kick. Kick.
Same thing. No Boosies there for souls.
Kick.
Not gonna use a Reaper's Glaive here, as this is basically dead. I will Fear Sigil for a soul.
Beware.
Use those. Didn't have blur up, so I'm not going to use it, but probably would have been a good blur. And an over here. Got really lucky on soul generation on that. Got 4 out of it. gonna swap to the highest health Crusher, just so it all dies a bit more even. And I'm saving souls for this next pull, as this is a big pull. Gotta go back and get that last soul. Just gonna have to group it anyway. Putting a skull out. You just want to get kicks on one of the oracles here.
Beware.
As it was getting grouped, I didn't do what would normally be like an optimal rotation.
Beware.
Gonna Nova here. Hit Meld because I was having thread issues.
Beware. Beware.
Doing that to get a soul. And I'm gonna Nova for souls here too before they die. My Immolation Aura's out.
Beware.
Let me give it back to the tank here. Oh, the ticket, that's fine. As long as it doesn't go to the person that gave it to you, it's always fine. Also, the blue circle on the ground from this is fake. The circle that it leaves after the fact is real. I'm gonna throw a Reaver's Glaive right away so I could just get my hunt out. I'll take the next debuff off this guy.
Beware.
And this does an AoE pop around the person. It's not a massive damage hit, but it's something to keep in mind.
Beware.
Got scared, pressed health pot, and got paints up at the same time after all the mechanics. Gonna leap again.
Beware.
Hit during this whole thing. This blue does nothing until it pops.
Beware.
This one to the tank, 'cause it's during the leap. Best place for it to go. Ideally, your tank would take it at a timing where it's always gonna be overlapping whenever the leap is. But anyone with like any strong defensive will be perfectly fine as well.
Beware.
Sometimes you play Dance before Immolation Aura charges. Actually, two different reasons.
Beware.
One is, you know, having Burning Wound out, although throwing Reaper's Glaive does that on its own. The other is, in AoE specifically, you want to have your Thrill of the Fight buff for the Immolation Aura, as that will buff the Immolation Aura, and the Rage Fire from it is buffed by the damage done by the Aura. You don't actually need any form of buff up for Rage Fire itself. I'll take this one with Blur, press Blur before it swapped to me. Give this to anyone but the tank, because he was the one who gave it to me. Just gonna hit this, and I'll vengeful out like last second or so. We're good. I'll start cleaving on the Ascendant,
Kick.
but I
Kick.
do have to cool down here. Feels very wrong.
Beware.
You can stand directly under a Void Ascendant and not get hit by the balls, but I did get hit by the circle on the ground, so that was not smart. Oh god. Wasted that hunt. I picked up enough
Kick.
souls for a Reaver's Glaive. I'm saving my Nova as the pulls downstairs have a lot more mob density than the 2 mobs that are stunnable up here.
I do not like that it feels darker and colder as we go down. But there are more survivors.
Gonna press my sigils just for souls. We are skipping down. I'm gonna try to save a soul here if I can.
Down the Stormrider way. Follow me.
Got one. So I'm gonna wait for them to start going, then I'll get a soul. Also, fun fact, you do not take fall damage when you come down that hole. Will they do it successfully? Answer is yes. Throw Sigil of Flame when this guy does. My Reaper's Arc out first, get my thrill buffs. I'm gonna stun for the souls. Should have waited till that other pack came in. I didn't think he was gonna pull it right now. Beast of Void here.
Beware.
Gotta be very careful of the blue. The little guy's dying. Go directly under the mob here and not get hit by the balls. Gonna throw a glaive while not moving, then hunt to get another Reaver's Glaive. Same thing, want my thrill buff before I Aura. Gonna wait for Eye Beam before I use this meta. Not better for overall damage for me, but better for the team for sure.
Beware.
Basically just stealing pad from these guys otherwise. Although, if we're just gonna be fighting a single mob, I'm gonna hold my meta for a second. Hold. Terrifying.
Beware.
Watching for balls here. You can press Shadow Meld on this guy and remove your debuff, so you can see everyone else in my group has 10% damage dealt increased, or damage dealt decreased, and I don't. I melded to drop my buff off. The Hunter can actually drop it every 25 seconds with Feign, but a lot of people seem to not know how that mechanic works. And same thing, gonna use my Misery for soul generation. Mora while I'm out here, going into the next pull. I'm gonna Chaos Nova for souls. Just before the mobs die. And you want to hit the Void Ascendant here because Feasting Void going out at the same time as the Voidstone getting phased is pretty much lethal. It's fine, like in a 16 it would be okay, but it is very, very not ideal. See a lot of people starting to use Eye of Kazan. I don't think it's good. I really don't. You're banking on having a flawless run without downtime. It's just like, it doesn't fucking happen. Yeah. I'm gonna throw my mark onto the other target now.
Beware.
I wonder if you can line of sight Void Extraction. You can meta immune it. I'm gonna press Blur. This is actually very dangerous when he's phased here, so keep that in mind. one's staying over by the tank, so I'll actually do it. And we have Lust on the first burn, so gonna be saving.
Beware.
We want a lot of souls.
2,
And
1.
just mass it off me, or how did he get rid of that? As well as having a lot of souls, I'm gonna want my meta for it, so.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Saving my eye beam here, because I'm going into a meta window. What's unfortunate here is now we have to deal with this during the burn, but that's okay. Not the worst burn. Same thing. Gonna be saving souls for the next burn, not going for full damage efficiency. Just want to maintain my Reaver's Mark, basically.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
We get the debuff all defensive. I have it, and null upheaval's happening. Still gonna be a 4 burn even in 16, that's kinda wild actually. Welcome back, Shed. Thank you, Chelsea.
Beware.
Four,
Hunt before I
3,
move so I don't pick up
2,
souls.
1.
I'm sitting on a Reaver's Glaive and 9 souls.
Beware.
Yep. Probably not phasing here. Unfortunate, but it's okay. Gotta blow 20% for bullseye at least, I guess. All I really worry about is having one Reaver's Glaive going into this last phase now.
4, 3, 2,
That's all
1.
that really matters for me. And you can Blade Dance that knock-up hit, which is pretty good on this boss when dealing with, you know, the dot plus that. Easy keep. Are you still rocking Void Ritual for M+ as well? Yeah. I think TWW just is gonna cause way too many thread issues for subs little gain. It's just not worth it.